Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mitchell. Hey, today I want to talk about get good at being alone. This is going to be, this is really for anybody, okay? More so if you're someone that gets like anxiety by being alone. This really comes from your childhood experiences. So, something that I have realized the older I've gotten, the more time I've reflected, being outside of a relationship, being in one, I have never really liked doing things by myself. And so I want you to think about that. If you don't like doing things by yourself, when you have a partner that comes in your life, a significant other, your whole identity is going to be wrapped around them. And depending on the kind of person, they might want to be close a lot like you, or they might want to be by themselves more so than like being together, if that made sense. So the whole idea here, okay, if you are dating somebody that would rather spend more time being by themselves than being in the relationship, and you really love this person, that is really gonna relationships are gonna bring out the flaws in you as a person, okay? Your biggest insecurities are going to come out, especially in longer term relationships, and you're likely not going to become aware of them until that relationship ends. When you've had enough time after a breakup to reflect on what happened. So this is where I became aware of why I needed more time being alone. So right there then, being alone, okay? Now, this is going to be more so, like I said, for like the people that more like very anxious, okay? Something happened in our childhoods where we are always like, where our parent, basically, this is what it originates from. If we have a hard time being alone and we need somebody in our lives, then, so if you ever get broken up with and your partner's dating somebody like a week later, chances are they either lined that person up, well, which is more than likely what happened, and they just can't, they're not okay being by themselves. So they want to use somebody else to help them get over the breakup. But the good news is everybody has to grieve at some point in time. That's why a lot of coaches say that a lot of like rebound relationships, especially like relationship coaches, they say that those usually don't last. That is because this person has not had enough time to grieve losing you, to see if they actually want to be away from you or not. So let's go back to the topic of being alone then, okay? If you're not okay being alone, that shows that you are a very insecure person. So I live in a house right now by myself. When I first moved into this house after this breakup, not only was I going through a breakup, but I live by myself, right? So I'm constantly in my feelings. And I'm somebody that knows how to process emotions. So I allow myself to feel this hurt so I can get over it, which is why I can typically get over heartbreak in like a matter of a couple months, as opposed to people that take like 6 months or a year or even longer. But even with my dog, there were times where I'm like, dude, I feel lonely right now, and like this is fucking miserable. What do I do? Okay, so if you're not okay being alone and you always need somebody in your life, think about that. If someone comes into your life and you're always wanting to be with them and they never get time to be by themselves, which is normal for everybody, they're going to feel like you're smothering them. I hate that word, but that means that you're always, that you got to be near them 24/7. Okay? That's going to annoy the shit out of these people, because it's like, dude, give me some room to fucking breathe, please. Like, I get it, you want to hang out, man, but Mitchell, like, I want to go do stuff for myself today, please. I will hang out with you later. Okay, that's kind of what's going to go through these people's heads, especially if you're a guy listening to this and you've dealt with this with a girlfriend. So if she ever asks you for space, dude, that means you're smothering her, and she wants to get away from you, at least for the time being. It doesn't necessarily mean it's broken up. So going back to being alone then, it's ways that you can practice being by yourself. And if this is new to you, okay, if this is new to you, I don't care who you are watching this, it's going to be uncomfortable. You got to understand, humans will do more to avoid pain than we will to gain pleasure. So if you're not okay being alone and you get broken up with, or you do the breaking up with, you're probably somebody that's immediately going to try to date other people because you don't know how to be by yourself. It's scary to you. So not only are you going to hurt yourself later on, but you're also fucking this other person that you're trying to be in a relationship with. This person probably wants to be with you, but little do they know that you got out of a relationship like a week ago, and you're not even had enough time to process what's going on. Even if you're the one that did the breaking up, you start at acceptance, but timelines flip. Eventually, you're going to grieve. Okay, you can't skip that. This is why exes come back. Not everybody's exes come back, but this is why. Because when they go through those feelings of losing you, they're like, wow, I don't, this is terrible. The feeling of being away from this person is worse than having them in my life. And that kind of sounds like a really shitty way to say it, but at the time I said that made sense, okay? If they come back, that's because they want to be with you over not wanting to be with you. And the grieving process, natural human process, is why exes come back. So someone like me would go through this process a lot sooner than someone who's like avoidant and they try to run away from their feelings for as long as possible. Now, ways that you can practice being alone, and if I keep looking up here, it's because I got people behind me, is sitting. So I learned this one the other day, actually. When you drive in your car with the windows up, so you're enclosed in the car, do not listen to music, do not listen to an audiobook, nothing. Sit in that car in total silence. I haven't done that yet, and I kind of want to try it, because ooh, man, that's one of those, so you know how you lay in bed and you kind of like look up, or you kind of just, dozing around, and you just start going off in your head? That same thing's going to happen when you drive in your car alone. That's going to suck, bro. But the more you do it, the more emotional resilience you're going to build over time. So, and I'm a guy in a wheelchair. So you would think someone like me would want to be with somebody else before I go in public. Like, you would think it's more comfortable for me to want to be with somebody. Nah, man. I get invited. I'm a very extroverted person, but I get invited to do less things because I'm in a wheelchair. And as much as I don't want to say that, that is the truth. I've been in a wheelchair for 6 years. My social life, when I could still walk, compared to now, is completely gone. Also, I'm 29. Back then I was 22, so we were young. That's what I wanted to do. The older you get, the less people you hang out with anyways. But that's just a reality. When you're disabled like I am, people don't want to be around you. It's uncomfortable for them. All right? But does that stop me from living my life by myself? Absolutely not. So what do? Now, I have a dog, long-haired European German Shepherd, very beautiful dog. So I will bring him with me. Even though he can't talk, he is a great way to at least go out and meet other people. I'll have people come up to me, they'll like, talk about my dog, or I'll go up to girls, and if I notice they look at my dog, if I catch them, like, you want to meet them? I've made, I wouldn't say friends, but I've talked to a lot of people because of the dog. Or at the gym, if I don't have my dog with me and I want to talk to somebody, I'll just go up to them and say, hey, excuse me, what's your name? And I'll either compliment them like I did today, and I'll go away, or it's possible I can talk to them. It really depends on just what I'm trying to do then and there. So that even if I just compliment somebody and roll away, I'm still socializing. That makes me feel better. So did you guys see this? So not only is driving in your car is one way, sitting alone in your house, meditating is a great way to practice being alone, because you have to work on pulling your thoughts from out here back into the present. That's a phenomenal way to do that. That's going to take a lot of time to practice doing that. But start going to places by yourself. And if you're somebody that's not social like I am, the only way your life's going to get better is if you practice social skills. And then someone like me, who teaches other people how to work on their social skills, their mindset, their confidence, personal development, can help you do that. I can coach you through what to do to get better and better at meeting new people. Because if you're scared of meeting new people, that tells me that you are doing more things to avoid pain, which means pain's controlling your life. That fear of rejection of meeting new people, you're going to live your life based on trying to avoid that feeling as much as possible, which means that the fear of rejection is ultimately controlling your life. Think about that. And yeah, meeting new people, if it's a guy meeting a girl, it can be a lot of anxiety can happen, because we tend to care about, if we really like a girl, well, we want to know if she likes us or not, and we're going to get in our heads, but we're never going to know unless we talk to them. But if you're avoiding, if you would rather sit by yourself so you don't feel uncomfortable instead of being uncomfortable and going and meeting that girl, your life is controlled by that pain. And in that case, bro, there's nothing I can do to help you. I mean, I can actually. I can. Working on your mindset is something I can help you with. And that's basically just learning how to do it, taking baby steps, and understanding that you might be scared if they like you or not, but you're never going to know if they like you or not unless you go up and talk to them. And I can tell you from experience of approaching so many people at this point in time that the situation, like when that conversation happens, it's not as bad as you think. People aren't going to just flat out reject you for the most part. All right? So then being alone, being alone in social places, or like if you're going to the gym by yourself, I wouldn't really count that. Okay, because you're going to the gym, you're there to work out, or if someone like me, if you do have friends, you can talk to people, then I guess that's still by yourself. That is my social time. But if you go to like a bar, or what I do with my dog, I'll go to a restaurant and I'll just buy my dog some French fries. I'll have like a glass of wine or a beer or something, have some food. I go to the farmer's market every Sunday just to kind of roll around and get out in public, because that's a place that you can potentially meet people. I'll go to the mall on Saturdays just to kind of run around with my dog. I don't usually meet a lot of people there, but I have in the past. And it's just one of those things I do last minute, like, all right, yeah, I'm kind of bored. Let's just go to the mall, just run around, stick my dog on places. So being alone for you, well, I'm telling you what I do, and I'm telling you why it's important to do that. Because if you're not okay being by yourself, and somebody comes into your life and they want space and you can't give it to them, you're going to keep pushing this person away. I've done it. That's why I'm learning how to be okay by myself. And at this point in time, it's kind of fun, man. It's like, yeah, I mean, there are places like a bar, for example. I'm not going to go to a bar at like 8 o'clock at night and sit down, well, I'm already sitting, but go up to the bar and drink. That ain't for me, dog. No thanks. I'm usually in bed about like 8 o'clock. But I will do something during the day. I will go to like the farmer's market. I will go to the gym. I will go to the mall. I'll go to Publix. Grocery stores have been a phenomenal way to meet people, dude. So I don't like necessarily meet people there, but there's a lot of pretty women that go to the grocery stores, and I love complimenting them. It's so much fun. That's all I want to do. Hey man, this dress looks fucking awesome on you. Wow, you're so pretty. Man, girls love that. I did say that to a girl recently, a woman recently. I was like, you're so fucking hot. Yeah, she didn't say anything to me. I think the way I said it was probably a little wrong. Oops. But that's right there, okay? So if you could be okay being alone, think about that. Like, if you're cool being alone, if this woman comes into your life and she wants time by herself to sit in her feelings and think about you and miss you, if you're okay being alone, she's going to feel safe being in your life. Women don't want an insecure man. And I'm telling you from my experience that I've had to learn how to not be insecure. I'm teaching myself how to be more secure of a person. That way, if I attract a woman into my life, when I do, it's not if, it's a matter of when. Same thing for you. This woman's going to feel more secure, more safe being with me, because I'm working on insecurities that have ruined things in the past. Okay? If this girl wants to go hang out with her friends, go to the mall by herself, just hang out by herself, or do whatever girls do, oh, cool. Women are like cats. Let them go. They'll come back. You got to have that mindset. She'll be back. All right, babe. Yeah, go have fun. See you later. That's how you need to act. Okay? But if you're in a situation where you're not even aware that you're not good at being alone, then I would recommend that you force yourself to be in a situation where you are alone, and then you'll truly see if you're actually okay being alone or not. Now, in my case, when I learned how to do this, I was also going through I wouldn't say bad breakup, but we were together for a long time, so it hurt me. So I was not emotionally in the right headspace. So I had that on top of being alone. So I was fucked mentally. But look at me now. Dude, I'm more confident. I'm Mitchell, but like better. Okay? Everything that happens in your life happens for a reason. This relationship, that breakup, that wasn't on accident. That needed to happen to turn me into the man that I am today. And bro, my life right now is so much better. It's so much better. Why? Because I needed to learn some of these lessons the hard way. And that's who I am today. This is why I can teach it to you guys. So, please, if you're watching this video, guys, practice being alone. All right? If you're younger, especially if you guys are younger and you're inexperienced when it comes to relationships, even with your friends, dude. Even like I was talking to friends. They went out to this wine place, and I don't get invited by these guys. My best friends. I don't get invited to do stuff with them, but I don't really care. It's cool with that. Like they're married. They have kids. They go out and hang out with other married couples with kids. I'm single. I'm in a wheelchair. That's not my place to be. I know that, so I'm not going to get butt hurt because I'm not invited to that. And I also just told you that being in a wheelchair, I get invited to less stuff anyways. So I've had to learn forcibly to be okay with not getting invited to do things. Several years ago, this hurt my feelings, but now I'm like, whatever, dude. Whatever. You don't want to hang out with me? I'll fucking take my dog somewhere, and I'll go hang out by myself. Maybe I'll talk to people. Maybe I won't. If I talk to people, I'm going to feel great, and that was worth it. If I don't, cool. Well, we went out. We still did something. I'm still working on myself. Okay? That's kind of the gist of it. Being okay being alone is going to help you in so many different areas of life. You're not going to if you sit down and you're okay being alone, I can sit here and talk to the camera and focus like I'm doing now. I don't have to worry about what somebody else is doing. My girlfriend, if she wants time being by herself, cool, babe, go ahead. She will be back when she misses me. That's how things work. But if I'm freaking out, it's been 4 hours, 5 hours, and I haven't heard from you. Well, what the fuck's going on? Where are you at? That's big red flag, bro. She's gonna look at you and be like, dude, seriously? Like I'm literally, I told you I was hanging out with my friends and you're blowing me up, asking me where I'm at. I'm still out doing stuff, Mitchell, leave me alone. That's gonna happen to you guys if you're not cool with being by yourself, right? That, again, I'm trying to help you learn that this is an insecure behavior. This is gonna push people away. I'm trying to teach you that you need to fix this, you need to work on this. If you're not aware of it, become aware of it. And then I told you what I do to fix it. Whatever it is, you just have to be okay going out and doing stuff by yourself. It's going to be uncomfortable if it's new, but you just have to do it, okay? Your life will only get better when you choose to push through the pain instead of letting this pain control you. So with that being said, guys, that's going to be the video. Listen, if you're a guy specifically that wants to get better at dating and relationships in general, my new book is finally available. Please click the link down below. You're going to see a video on the next page that's going to explain why this book works so well and how this is going to help you. And if you think that's for you, get a copy of it. Same thing with my coaching. If you want to work with me in a one-on-one environment and really fast track your life right now, coaching, same thing. You see a link, click on the link. It's going to tell you who I help, what kind of problems I solve, why my coaching works so well, and how I'm going to help you when you work with me personally. And then you can decide if working with me is your thing. And with that being said, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.